All right, yes indeed, folks. Welcome back to a special on-location edition of Bros Talk MMA. I'm your host, UTICA, undeniably the illest cat around, AKA Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm here with one of my bro host extraordinaires.
You know it is. It's RayBuck, it's Michael Jordan. It is. Give me my belt. Hand me my crown. Greatest ever was, greatest ever will. Greatest will ever do it.
Yes, indeed. We are here at the historic Whiskey Bar in downtown Denver, located off of like 22nd and Larimer Street. Even just right here, folks, there's a lot of history that lies within these walls. So we want to thank them first and foremost. It's our 80th episode, bro. You know what
I mean? A quick, cheers to the 80th episode.
Cheers to the 80th episode. And also cheers to our other bro host, Darren Teed. He couldn't be here today with us, but we will have his picks available, hopefully, if I can pull them up real quick.
In addition to that, I just want to talk about, while you're pulling those up, the best bar special of all time.
Okay, let them know.
It is the Morrison, named after Jim Morrison.
Okay.
It is a shot of whiskey and a beer.
Oh shit! I'm about to
For
get
how
these
much?
fools.
For how much, you ask? For $5. $5. Shot, beer. Go.
Shit, I almost gave y'all a whole show just now because I forgot my shit's hooked up. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get Darren's picks. But I also think I know who he's going with.
I have his picks.
Okay, cool. And then also if you can pull up the live and just, get us all going. But yeah, once again, super special shouts out to everybody here at Whiskey Bar for letting us hold it down here. Hopefully this could potentially be a backdrop for episodes to come. Shout outs to Steez. I know he may or may not be watching or may catch up with this at some point, but just so he knows, shouts out to him as well.
Shouts out to Chad. He helped us, get some things going.
Yes, indeed. I have this right here, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. So let me tuck all that back up. Keep our aesthetic nice, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit happened this past week, bro, between the last time we sat down and today. And I'm sure we'll get into that later on. But right now, first and foremost, we are here to cover this weekend's UFC Fight Night card. It's going to be headlined by a welterweight matchup. We have Gabriel Bonfim going up against Randy Brown. I believe that this is a 12-fight card now, as it stands. We had a couple of fights drop out. We had one fight where the opponent switched up for one of the fighters a couple of times. But looks like we're going to be able to have 12 fights tomorrow, barring any weigh-in mishaps or anything like that, or betting scandals and, lopsided odds that all of a sudden, turn the other way. Once again, we'll get into all that later. But to start things off, we have a middleweight matchup between Jackson McVeigh going up against Zach Reese now. Originally, he was supposed to go up against Robert Valentin and then had his opponent switch to Dante Johnson, who just fought last weekend, but he wasn't medically cleared, so they had to decide to go with Reese on this one, who, took the call. So we got, it's so funny because they made that change so last minute. I don't have Reese's information up. So he's 9-2 overall. Basically, he's won more UFC fights than he's lost. Pretty well-rounded. Kicked the shit out of Cedricus Dumas in the nuts to where he couldn't even continue anymore. So, there's that. We got McVeigh, 0-1 in the UFC, 6-1 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. My pick's going to be with McVeigh in this one by sub or decision. They're going to be the taller and longer of the two. Well-rounded, in my opinion, should close the distance. Definitely try to put Reese up against the cage and on their back foot. And, just just put in work. I mean, he got submitted by Bruno Ferreira, and I think that's when everybody found out that Ferreira actually had some sneaky good grappling. So I guess we'll have to put Zach Reese's, okay, he got some decent grappling to the test, but coming in this short notice against somebody who's had a full camp, I just think that you still got to give it to McVeigh. Who you got, bro?
I've got to go with McVeigh as well. It's just too short notice for me. Zach Reese is a decent fighter. I mean, he's a decent fighter. He's a middle-of-the-road fighter. But less than a week notice is crazy work for me. In addition to me going with McVeigh, Darren Teed is going with McVeigh as well. And he's just going to be in shape. He's going to be ready. You know what I mean? He's going to be dialed in. He's hopefully should not be depleted because he's had a full camp. He's had the time to drop the weight that's necessary to, you know what I mean, get into the cage. There's a very big possibility that Zach Reese is super depleted because he has not been training for this fight.
Yeah.
That being said, I've got to go with McVeigh on this one. I think this is a fairly easy pick, but also still going to be a good fight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, you know, in my opinion, this low-key is a really good card. Somewhat similar to last weekend's card. This is definitely one more so for the hardcores rather than the casuals. And pretty much from the first prelim to the main event, we have some pretty good fights here. So moving on to the men's bantamweight division, we have a matchup between Miles Johns going up against Daniel Marcos. We got Johns coming in 6-4 with 1 no contest in the UFC, 15-4 with that 1 no contest overall, and 2-2 with 1 no contest in their last 5 bouts. We got Marcos coming in. They are 4-1 with 1 no contest in the UFC, 17-1 with that 1 no contest overall, and are 3-1 with their 1 no contest in their last 5 bouts. My pick's going to be with Daniel Marcos in this one by decision. They're going to be the slightly older of the two by a year, longer in reach, a striker primarily. They just need to keep this fight at distance, land volume to decision, or unless a finish opens itself up. But definitely should most likely avoid the grappling in this one. Miles Johns is going to be the slightly younger of the two, less rangy, but well-rounded in their skill set. They should definitely look to close distance, mix it up, and try to wear on Marcos's gas tank if possible. They need to stay measured, though, with their output to avoid gassing late. But in this case, they need to avoid chasing Marcos and should definitely grapple with them more so to help neutralize their offense and land some effective ground and pound. But I'm going with Marcos. Who we got?
Marcos is my pick as well as Darren Teed's pick as well.
Let's go.
So we're in agreement. This is a different week, huh?
It's a stark contrast from last week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Last week was a little rough, but
I did all right.
So did I.
Yeah.
So did I. I mean, I was right behind you.
Yeah.
It was looking a little.
I think Darren pulled even, or like one like under pulling even. So it wasn't like he started out a little shaky, but he ended up getting it back. So
yeah. I don't know how to break down this fight, to be honest with you. It's because it's a good fight.
Yeah.
Like, all these fights are good fights. Like, we're not talking about somebody that outshines immensely over anybody else. You know what I mean? Shouts out to the creators. I mean, what's his name? The dude who does the fights?
Oh, Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, the matchmakers.
Yes, bro. The matchmakers are really putting together a card. This is a sweaty card, bro. I'm gonna say it that way. This is a sweaty card. If you don't know shit about UFC, you're gonna have a tough one with this card. Because there's not huge names on here, but there are monsters on this card. Gamers, dudes who are fucking here to fucking make shit happen. And Marcos has got to be my pick because he's just a dog. He's gonna fight to the last bell. I mean, your breakdown was perfect, in my opinion. Like,
I think the only X factor here is Miles Johns' potential to grapple with Marcos. Don't get me wrong, Marcos has done, you know, some grappling in recent fights on his own part, but he's definitely just a volume technical striker. John's, I think with him, sometimes he shies away from the grappling because he knows that sometimes that can fucking take a toll on his gas tank, and he's lost fights by decision because he just wasn't able to, you know, overcome in those later rounds. So that's ultimately why I had to go with Marcos. I think that he can just get out ahead on the cards volume-wise, and if he's able to, you know, weather the early storm from John's, you know, and just keep it standing primarily, the fight should just play into his favor.
And I agree with you completely. Again, not an easy fight. You know what I mean? You make it sound easy, not so much.
All right. Moving on to the women's strawweight division, we have Ticia Pennington going up against Denise Gomes. We got Pennington coming in 11-7 in the UFC, 15-7 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 bouts. We got Gomes coming in. They are 5-2 in the UFC, 11-3 overall, and are 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. I'm gonna be going with Gomes in this one by either decision or KO. They're gonna be the younger and bigger of the two fighters, a striker primarily, who I would say, you know, needs to begin the fight at distance and then gradually press forward as this fight goes on. Land heavy on Pennington and just stay measured with their output to avoid gassing later in the fight, and just make sure that they stay out of any potential grappling exchanges. Ticia Pennington's going to be the older of the two by 11 years, smaller in stature, somewhat well-rounded, and a super vet of the organization. A decision machine, though, primarily. They need to close the distance, throw their patented flurries, land volume, and just mix it up to avoid taking too much damage. And if they do decide to employ some type of grappling strategy, they just got to make sure that when they are looking for those takedowns, that they're solid takedowns. We can't have any reaching out from fucking yards away type shit. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Gomes in this one. Should be an easy night at the office, especially if it stays standing. Who you got, bro?
I think this is another bros fight. I know that Darren Teed is also going with Gomes. I'm going with Gomes. You know what I mean? So cheers to that.
Let's go.
It's not too often that you find a fighter shorter than Gomes, which is interesting to me, and with a shorter reach. Gomes has got 3 inches of reach on her as well. Yeah. Ticia Pennington, I almost picked her because I was, for some reason, like mixing her up with Raquel Pennington. And I'm like, What the fuck is she doing fighting this low on the card?
That's her wife, so. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but former, you know, champion, all that. You're like, what the fuck?
What is going on? Like, I've got to pick her. This is a way to, the easy one to go. But no, it's definitely Gomes over Ticia Pennington. Pennington just has to implement her grappling if she wants to win. Gomes is a zombie. Mm-hmm. She's just gonna come through. She has no neck, and she's gonna just throw blows the entire time. As long as she's able to have a decent takedown defense, manage her gas tank, there's no reason that she shouldn't win this one. And I mean, I don't really have much more to say than that. This is going to be another banger. Yeah, it's going to be another banger of a card.
And that's saying something considering how you feel about women's fights. So
it is saying something. I will say this. Another big reason that I'm picking Gomes over Pennington. Pennington is a decision machine. You know what I mean? Let's go back to like my talking shit a little bit about women's fights, or at least about this particular woman in the fights. She only has 1 sub in her entire career, I believe, and 1 KO in her entire career. Yeah. All the rest of her fights, we're talking about 20 fights, have gone to decision.
Efficiency. That's all she is. She's about efficiency and just touching you. That's like a lot of people forget that the name of this game is to hit and not get hit. Don't get me wrong, Ticia Pennington will definitely take a beating to give a beating, but literally she's not there to knock you out. She's there to touch you and get points on the card. And that's why she comes in and she throws flurries, and she just throw like 5, hopefully you land like 3, and hopefully you don't get caught by Gomes on the way out. So, real quick, can you check the chat for us real quick?
I can.
Just want to make sure we ain't leaving our peoples out. Oh snap! We got an audience right now.
Yeah. They asked kind of where we are.
Slacking. Hey, bruh. Hey, I know it was a late start, but we got the new setup going right now.
There were some technical difficulties, folks.
Come on, man. Where we at? Okay, I'm sorry. MMA Mystic. Shouts out to you. Make sure you subscribe to their channel. They killed it on last week's tracker. Definitely in picks and in ROI. So make sure you go check out MMA Mystic.
As well as Fight Bloodline. Fight Bloodline's in the chat.
Cash Cole.
Let's
Cole. Go. My bad, y'all. My bad. Broncos are playing like crap. Well, that's a great reason to come tune in to us, baby.
That's wild work, bro.
What y'all think about the illegal alligator? Bruh, we're going to get into all that stuff at the end of this. So let me continue breaking down this card without further ado. The fourth matchup on this card tonight, we have Josh Hokett going up against Mac Jimenez. Both of these guys are UFC debuters. We got Hokett coming in 6-0 overall. We got Jimenez coming in 6-1 overall. They are 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. My pick's going to be with Hokett in this one by KO. They're going to be the younger and more well-rounded of the two. Not a lot of info outside of that. They do train at Jackson Wink, so I'm not sure if that means they've ever trained with John Jones at all, but that's a reputable gym nonetheless. They just need to keep this one standing, piece Jimenez up, and just don't get overzealous and potentially get caught, whether it's, by an errant punch or, you over swing, get taken down, because that's definitely Jimenez's wheelhouse is on the ground. They're going to be the older of the two fighters, a grappler primarily. Not a lot of info on them either, but they're going to want to get this fight to the ground immediately, control Hokett to decision, or at least until a finish opens up. And they just got to avoid any long standing exchanges. Now, from what I can see on paper, they do have knockout power and have knocked out opponents, but their base is in grappling. They were big on the grappling circuit before they actually got into MMA. So, they definitely have a shot here, but I just feel like in terms of MMA, Hokett is the more conditioned for it and well-rounded in that skill set needed for MMA. So, I'm going to be going with Hokett in this one. Who we got?
I'm going with Hokett as well. This is going to be a phone booth fight. I don't see it going to the ground. But I think if it does go to the ground, Hokett has the he's got the edge for sure. We're talking about two fucking grizzlies getting into a fucking phone booth. This is going to be a knockout, drag-out fight. I don't see any reason that it goes all 3 rounds. I think it ends somewhere late second, because they're just going to be dropping blows on each other.
Yeah.
That being said, Hokett's my grizzly. In addition to Hokett being my grizzly, he's also Darren Teed's grizzly.
Let's go, baby.
We're all in there. We're all ready to go.
We're on fucking point this week.
And this is the thing, and we always got to tell you guys, we don't really talk about fights very often with each other.
No, I mean, tracker. So what are y'all's picks? And they literally send me their picks remotely from wherever they're at. I submit them shits.
Sometimes it's from the strip club, sometimes it's from the bar, sometimes it's from my fucking couch, sometimes it's from my bed.
Yeah. Then we chop it up like we are now. And that's how it goes. Shit. We're in good shape.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right, so moving on. We have a women's bantamweight matchup. We got Mayra Bueno Silva going up against Jacqueline Cavalcanti. We got Bueno Silva coming in 5-5 with 1 draw in the UFC, 10-5 with that one. Okay, my apologies. Let me start that over. 5-5 with 1 draw and 1 no contest in the UFC, 10-5 with that 1 draw and no contest overall, and 1-3 with that 1 no contest in their last 5 bouts. We got Cavalcanti coming in. They are 4-0 in the UFC. and 9-1 overall, and are currently riding a 7-fight win streak. My pick's going to be with Cavalcanti in this one by decision. They're going to be the younger and bigger of the two, a striker primarily. They're going to want to look to keep this fight at distance, move around the cage and piece Silva up, wear on the gas tank for sure, and either get this one by decision or hopefully open up a finish in the later rounds. But they're definitely going to want to avoid getting put up against the fence or taken down in this fight. They do have a really good takedown defense. I actually, got into some numbers this week, but, it is what it is. We got Bueno Silva coming in, older of the two by 6 years, smaller in stature, a grappler primarily, who should definitely look to close the distance, get this fight to the ground ASAP, and hunt for the finish. I think that the longer this fight goes and the closer it gets to going to the cards, it's not going to play into Bueno Silva's favor. If they don't, they got to stay measured with their output. Like I said, due to cardio concerns, and they just need to avoid chasing Cavalcanti around the cage and getting into long-standing exchanges. But with all that said, I am going with Cavalcanti. Who we got?
You know you done fucked up, right? You done fucked up.
Hey, that remains to be seen. But
well,
unless Bueno Silva's got some. Some outlining circumstances on the fight. I feel like Cavalcanti should, get this one without any issues.
Whatever, man. We're not getting into that part of this shit yet. We're gonna. What I'm gonna tell you now is, Bueno Silva. She's the dog in this fight. This is a live dog alert. She is older of the two fighters. She is, been in the UFC a little bit longer. I think she has the ability to fuck Cavalcanti. I think Cavalcanti is taking a step up in competition at this point, and I don't know if she's ready for it. I don't believe that she's ready for it. Is she a great fighter? Is she an up-and-coming fighter? Is she going to have in my opinion, a long UFC fight career? Yes, absolutely. I think she learns, she gets better and progresses every fight that I see her in. She's just not going to do that in this fight. This is a learning fight for her. This is something that's going to show her that, there's big dogs out there, so you might want to sit on the porch and piss like a puppy. So that being said, I've got to go with Bueno Silva. Darren T's going with Bueno Silva. Let's fucking go.
Hey, to each their own. That's all I got to say. Shifting over to the men's division in this bantamweight class, we have Ricky Simón going up against Raoni Barcelos. We have, they switched things up a little bit. Okay. Give me a second here.
What are we looking at, my boy?
Before I had Jamal Emmers and Hyder Mill, but apparently they switched those fights around. So now we got Ricky Simón going up against Raoni Barcelos. We got Simón coming in 10-5 in the UFC, 22-6 overall, and are currently 2-3 in their last 5 bouts. We have Barcelos coming in 9-4 in the UFC, 20-5 overall, and are 3-2 in their last 5 bouts. I'm going to be going with Ricky Simón in this one by decision or KO. Simón is going to be the younger and slightly shorter of the two, but will have the longer reach. They're well-rounded in their skill set, so they just need to close the distance in this one, mix it up, push the pace and get Barcelo up against the cage or down to the ground and just control him to a decision or until a finish opens itself up. And as long as they're able to avoid letting this get messy with Barcelos or getting into any firefights with them, I believe that they should be able to, cruise through on this one. It's not going to be, a cakewalk by any means because Barcelos is a dog. But I do believe that just skill for skill, Simón should be able to get this done. Barcelos is going to be the older of the two by 5 years, slightly taller and less rangy. They are well-rounded in their skill set, definitely durable and a dog like I had mentioned. And they just need to look to keep this one standing in that distance. Move around the cage and just piece up Simón. and then gradually, as the fight goes, pull them into those firefights without getting too overly aggressive and getting taken down, you know, and just being able to avoid that grappling if possible. So I am going to go with Simone in this one. Who we got?
We are going with Barcelos.
We as in you and Guaranteed, huh?
Guaranteed, my dog.
I guess I spoke too soon.
You started the card off real well, bro.
I spoke too soon.
You started the card off real well, but I've got to go with Barcelos. Now, I will tell you, the numbers tell me I should not. You know what I mean? I'm going to explain it to you. He is has 2 inches shorter of reach. He's 5 years older than this man. Like, Ricky Simone has a lot more fights in the UFC, or like just fights in general.
Yeah.
So everything kind of tells me not to, but you know what I mean? I bet on who I see in the streets. And if I saw these two men in the streets.
Are you letting that Barcelos win over Peyton Talbot fucking woo you?
A little bit. But I think the one that really is wooing me is the Christian Quinones fucking win. That's a big win. And we're looking at the 2 fights that that my guy Ricky Simone has, and Habib Basharat, he's the worst of the Basharat brothers, right? Right? He's the second best.
Yeah.
It's a good win.
He's the Ishmael Bonfim of the Basharat.
Oh, we're going to talk about Bonfim as well, both of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But that being said, I have to go with Barcelos. Like, that's a good win, bro.
He did beat Cody Garbrandt his last time out, too.
Cody Garbrandt's old,
on a slide.
And Garbrandt is just... Garbrandt's a great fucking fighter. You know what I mean? He's a D1.
You know what his issue is?
He's always injured. He's always hurt.
Well, that, and he should have... I mean, at this point, I feel like he may even still have a good run left in him. Not in MMA, but I think he needs to transition over to boxing. He was Golden Gloves to begin with. Boxing is his foundation, you know.
Is it? I thought it was. Bro. No, it's wrestling.
No, he's got wrestling.
Bro.
He's got wrestling, but he's a Golden Gloves boxer.
He's a D1 wrestler, I'm pretty
like,
sure.
He might be, but I'm saying, like, he has fucking really high-level boxing, and I think maybe if he had transitioned over to boxing, or still does right now, he might still be able to squeak out a few decent paydays, because right now he's just kind of letting himself get, you know, he's turning himself into a launch pad.
I want to give me a second, because I'm about to show Cameron some new shit, the encyclopedia of it all, right?
I got Simone, Guaranteed, and bro got Barcelos. We're gonna break down Jamal Emmers versus Hyder Emil here in just a second.
Okay, Cody Garbrandt. This is Google